Hey everybody. Oh my gosh. It's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of those reality shows that we're doing, I always pull at my hair, I swear. And it's because I always like, kind of do it together right before I do the show, and then there's always like one stray straggler little hair that hangs out and gonna irritate me until I get rid of it. So I've gotten rid of it now. I'm sorry. I swear I'm not like some meth face. It's like constantly clawing at their face. Anyways, I just wanted to let you all know, give you some backstory as to why I do that. Okay. All right. So the Real Housewives of Auckland. Okay. Now, this was great because this past week was an episode that actually was wonderful because there was no infighting amongst the girls. I mean, there was, I've got a slight little, look at that. That's from my glasses. See, I've got glass mark. I'm getting a new prescription for contacts this year so that I can completely just lose the glasses in general. So, because I'm just sick of that. That wasn't even there before, but now that is there. So I'm totally going to just lose it all. So anyways, back to the Housewives of Auckland. So this week they had lots of fun activities the girls had, and there was no infighting amongst them. At least no serious infighting. So that was actually really cool. So let's see, where should we begin? So the first thing that they did was Gilda, and I will say, Gilda does have a really good sense of humor. She really does, because she was having lunch with Michelle, and she was talking about her book that's coming out. Because she's writing a graphic novel in comic book form for kids around age 7 to teach them about cosmology and astronomy. I know, crazy, right? Crazy smart, right? Who would have known? But she's very passionate about it too. She just doesn't, talk about it that much on camera because, she's got other stuff going on. She's fabulous. And she was like, yeah, I wrote a book. It's all about being real. And that was a dig to Angela, whose book is about being real and who has a book party, like, I don't know, a couple weeks before Gilda's. So, yeah. So anyway, but I thought that was like, ooh, she did have to get a little bit of shade. She laughed, but then, it was a joke. It's not like she was like being hateful, but anyways. So what Gilda decides to do is she decides to organize a day where they all go to a racetrack. And now when I first heard this, I'm thinking horse races. Now that's because I'm always working in gambling. I didn't even think about car races. I'm not a car race kind of person. I'm not even really a horse race person, but I've been to the track and I have seen horse races, and I know you certainly can bet on horse races. Now I think you can bet on car races too, but for the most part, a lot of betting is done on horse races. So that was my first thought, but it wasn't. It was car racing. So they go to this car racetrack, and they all decide they're gonna do a loop around, and they're gonna see who's the fastest or whatever, right? The first one is Anne, and God, I fucking love Anne. She cracks me up. I really do. She is hilarious. She was not going to go fast for anybody. She went first, and she went slow, and she gave zero fucks. She was like, whatever, I'm going slow. I'm not going to crash because some lunatic wanted me to go on some crazy, racetrack. Why can't I think of what to say? That's so crazy. Okay, anyways. And then Julie went around. She did okay. Gilda went around, easily beat Julia. I mean, easy. But then Louise was like, you know what? Here's the thing. I've lost to these girls so many times. I'm extremely competitive, which is great that she admits it. That's good. And she's like, and you know, and it was, it was a little bit sad because she's like, I'm not the youngest, I'm not the prettiest, and in my head, I'm thinking, girl, that's just because of the friends that you're with, if you were with, ugly folks, you would be the prettiest, or older folks, you would be the youngest, so to me that's just a matter of perspective. But she was like, okay, I'm not that, great, but I can win at this. And I swear to God, she fucking laid on that car like it was nobody's business, and she tore around that track like she won. She won. So that's incredible. Kudos to you, Louise. That is fantastic. It was great. So earlier in the episode, there was a scene where Louise was having lunch with Angela. And Angela, oh God bless. See, I know she's not malicious because, like she talked about her brother and how she hasn't talked to her brother in quite some time. And she got teary. She got teary when she was talking about the earthquake in Christchurch. I don't know. I didn't even know there was an earthquake in Christchurch, to be honest with you. And that could just be me, but I didn't even know that, right? Because you think that all of those like Pacific Rim countries, like all of Polynesia and New Zealand and Japan, that there's earthquakes all the time. But apparently this was like a really big deal. So I didn't know about that. So that's educational for me as an American. Okay, so she was, and honestly, I don't think any of those tears were forced or fake. I think that they were real. I really do. So I definitely think that she is a real person. It's just some of the stuff that she does, and some of it might be good intentioned, but the delivery just falls flat on its face, and it just makes me go, oh, it's cringeworthy, right? So she's talking to Louise, and she's like, yeah, because she's like, I think Louise could learn a lot from my book. And I'm going, oh, are you saying she's fake? I mean, like, because the whole point of her book is being real. And Louise is like, I don't have time for any of this navel gazing crap. Now, okay, so navel gazing, for those of you that don't know, is when you are looking within so much that you ignore everything else around you, right? Now, I had never heard that phrase before. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Now, that might be a phrase here in the United States. I've never heard it. And I watch a lot of television. I go out to the world and do all kinds of fun things. And I have done lots of different jobs in my life. I have lived. But I have never heard that phrase navel gazing before. So, at least, not anytime. I've never heard it, but it could have been a popular phrase like in the 60s or something, but it certainly isn't now. So even though Angela was like making a big deal, like she didn't know what navel gazing was, and she Googled it on the air and everything, like I didn't know either. So, I'm just saying. But she did kind of like, she's like, yeah. It was cute though. It was fine. And then she was talking about how she's having issues with her boyfriend because, her boyfriend said, my mates are upset I don't spend enough time with them. And she's like, oh, you want to hang out with your friends instead of hanging out with me? So that was kind of weird. Like, just that whole dialogue was weird. It was weird that he, kind of brought it up on camera in front of everyone about that. And then it was kind of weird that her first instinct was, oh, you don't have enough time for me? Am I not enough time for you? And I mean, like, am I not worth it? I mean, like, that was a little bit of a leap too. So that whole communication didn't really come off that great, to be perfectly honest with you. And there was also a scene where Anne and Julia brought Julia's daughter and Anne's nephew, Ronan, I don't remember, but he's 12, and he's got a girlfriend, apparently. So if they were trying to hook him up on a date, they should have done a little more homework and found out that he doesn't need anyone on a date, because his girlfriend was texting him during the middle of the date. So, and she got on her phone too, and you know what? That's fine. I mean, they are kids. right? They don't know that it is slightly rude to use your phone at the dinner table, but you know, what are you gonna do? They're 12 and 13 respectively. I mean, come on, cut them a fucking break. So, anyways, I'm looking forward to next week's episode. I'm sure they're winding down soon because it's been on for quite some time. So I'm kind of wondering if this might be the season finale, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Angel Benton. You can also hashtag RHOAKL to talk the Real Housewives of Auckland. Or you can hashtag Bold and Beautiful to talk the Bold and Beautiful, which I'll be doing tomorrow. All right. Thanks so much for logging on today, everyone. Oh, and you can also hit that YouTube subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your inbox every single day. All right. Have a great day. Peace out. Wubba wubba wubba.